Hi, I'm Laura Hoy for Benzinga, and here's a look at what you can expect from the markets today, Monday, December 2nd. After Ukrainian President Viktor Yanukovych put off signing an accord with the EU, protesters took to the streets in what has become the most dramatic uprising since the nation's Orange Revolution. Protesters stormed Independence Square in Kiev over the weekend, calling for Yanukovych's removal from office. The Wall Street Journal reported that retail spending over the holiday weekend was lower than in previous years, despite some stores' decision to open early on Thanksgiving Day. Data from the National Retail Federation showed that sales were down 2.7% for the entire weekend from last year's figures. China's PMI data strengthened the case for Beijing's decision to shift the nation's economy away from investment-led growth and more towards internal demand. China's HSBC PMI fell to 50.8 in November, and the country's official PMI remained at 51.4. Sunday was dubbed Victory Day by protesters in Thailand working to oust the nation's prime minister. However, the protesters were unsuccessful in their attempt to seize control of the government house, and the protests continued into Monday. The recent deal between Iranian officials and world leaders will likely benefit a range of US and European companies. The two sides agreed to lift sanctions on plane and car parts, as well as open a financial channel in which banks will be allowed to accept payments for goods like medical supplies and agricultural products. Asian markets started the week on a low note. The Japanese Nikkei was down by 0.04%, China's Shanghai Composite lost 0.59%, and the Shenzhen Composite was down by 3.81%. The South Korean Kospi lost 0.69%, but the Hang Seng Index was up by 0.50%. Europe's markets were also lower on Monday morning. The UK's FTSE was down by 0.06%, and the Eurozone Stock 600 was down by 0.19%. France's CAC 40 lost 0.17%, and the Spanish IBEX was down by 0.23%. In commodity markets, energy futures were higher, Brent futures were up by 0.36%, and WTI futures gained 0.59%. Gold was down by 0.38%, and silver lost 1.01%. Industrial metals were higher, with tin posting the largest gains, up 1.22%. In currency markets, the euro gained 0.13% against the dollar, and the pound gained 0.32% against the dollar. The dollar lost 0.54% against the Australian dollar and gained 0.12% against the yen. PMI data will be the star of Monday's economic calendar, with manufacturing PMI figures due out for the US, the UK, the Eurozone, Germany, France, Italy, Spain, Norway, and India. And that's it for today's Market Primer. I'm Laura Hoy for Benzinga. Good luck with your Monday trades.